It's all about Edo State and tourism, talking about Edo State hitting the $1 billion mark. Have we gotten there yet? With me here in the studio is the Honorable Commissioner for Arts and Culture, Honorable Osemige Ero. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate your coming.
Thank you. Thank
now,
you.
before I having those technical hitches, asked the question if Edo State, if we've been able to hit the $1 billion mark when you talk about tourism. Take it up from there.
Yes, thank you very much. Again, let me tell you, we're not there yet at all, and we're never close. But we have what it takes to make it work. It's just, first of all, believing in it and developing what God has blessed us with. And like I said, anywhere I go, that Edo State is richly blessed with a lot of cultural heritage that is second to none in the world. And because for you to attract tourists to come and see what you have, you need to make it beautiful first. You need to make it attractive. You need to make it, attractive so that they would know that when they're leaving their countries or their states, they know that it's something that they cannot find over there. When you go to places like Dubai, Kenya, Egypt, they derive their internal IGR, internal generated revenues, strictly on tourism. So tourists go there, spend money and all that. But we're working on that because, this administration, understands and know the value of our culture and tourism. And you know very well when His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Edo State, Godwin Obaseki, came aboard 3 years ago. He has 6 focal points and systematic pillars of his government, and one of them, of course, was culture and tourism. Why? Because he knows the value of culture and tourism, and if we get it right, of course, we'll attract tourists that will come to the state and spend their money here.
All right. Yeah. Now, you used the phrase, if we get it right.
Yes.
Now, what are the factors militating against us getting it right? Because it's been for over the years now, even before this administration, it's all about tourism, but it's like we are not still getting it. What is really preventing or hindering Edo State from maintaining that height?
We'd say, first of all, is the belief. When you talk about culture, for example, now most people think it's us idol worshipping and all that, but they don't understand that the culture, the entirety of culture is our way of life. Our culture is who we are, is our identity. The way you dress now, somebody will look at you and know that you're a Yoruba man or Akoko Edo man or something. And when you see me like this with my beard and all that, you don't need to ask where I'm from. So that's the culture of our person. And our cuisine, our food, our integrity, our greetings and all that. So there's so many things that, entails in culture. So but most people need to be educated, because when you talk about culture, they don't think it's serving Ogun and all those things, which is part of our culture anyway. But we're looking at, apart from that, we're looking at the history, our heritage. We're blessed, we're rich in our heritage, and that is what we are promoting, so that people come, learn about our history, know, about our way of life and what we've had, in the past. We're getting there. We're creating a lot of activities. At least this administration in the last 20.5 years, have done a lot of, events to attract visitors to come to Edo State. Having the Edo Festival in 2017 and 2018, and of course, in a week time, National Festival of Arts and Culture that will be coming up. So it's going to attract, we're looking at getting over 500,000 to 1 million people. That's the mark, because the 36 states and Abuja will be in Benin. So all those things are ways of boosting the economy of the states, because people are going to leave the state to come here and come with money. Stay in the hotel, take transportation, spend money on food and water and all that. Just for example, if you go to Lagos now for 1 week, what it's going to cost you. You can't go to Lagos with less than 100,000, 200,000, because you're going to stay in the hotel. And there's a value chain benefit to all that. People in the hospitality business will benefit from it. The transportation business, the small, medium entrepreneurs and all that, they all benefit from it. And by doing that, you are boosting the economy of the state.
All right. Now let's take a look at the private sector participation in tourism. Well, actually, the reason why we are lagging behind in Edo State, even as a country in Nigeria, is that we don't really want the private sectors to get more involved because of the sharing formula, so to speak, on the government and of course the private sector. How true is this?
No, I don't think that's true. We collaborate with private sectors in the state, for example, like Chief of Osemige Cultural Center that is very rich down in off the Maze Road. And the government is working on that. They've done all the road, make it, create a namely environment for people to visit. It's just a little portion that is remaining on that segment of its road. And if you go there, it will take you about 6 hours to go around his heritage site and see what he has there, the artifacts, the history, our history. Everything is there. So we encourage people to go there as well. I've taken the German ambassador, the American ambassador, and the British ambassador on several occasions to visit those places. Why? That's collaboration, because he has what it takes. The same thing with Sir Victor Waifo Art Gallery as well, of Akenwa Road, and other private art gallery in Benin. So we collaborate with them. So it's not about the sheriff of law. Like I said, first of all, is to showcase what we have. And we're doing that as government because it's our responsibility to promote and propagate our culture and tourism. So there's step. And then again, we're developing the tourism master plan, to encompass all these tourist sites and a proper plan, for visitors to come. So that when they come, there's just there's restructure for them, for us to follow. Visitation to our moats, beautification of the moats, and all the heritage sites and all that. So individuals will be coming to us, and we have create a room to work with them and have collaborate with them and all that. So I don't think it's a problem.
All right, right now, still on participation about the private and of course government partnership, so to speak, there is this allegation, so to speak, making the rounds that this time around you are going to focus in also on the Lagos-based personalities to come here to work instead of engaging the Edo State youths. How involved are the Edo State youths in tourism? Because the complaints are already coming up. They are going to give it again to Lagos artists. They're going to give it again to Lagos people to come do the job. We are here. We need this job to survive. We need this job to make ends meet. We need this job for our families to be happy. How are you going to get them involved in tourism as in bringing it down home to these people?
Wait, sir, that's not true. Yeah. This government focus is working, all the events that we've had in the past, the Alao Daro, the first year, second year, and this is third year, Alao Daro Summit, which is anniversary of this administration. The governor has always insisted that we get the home-based artists involved, and I've done that. The Edo Fest that we did, and 2017 and 2018 at Ring Road and Rama Park, the Edo Pima were involved. Now, first that we're doing next week, I've had a series of meetings with the PIMA, because the problem is that there are too many. So I said, deal with the association. We deal with the association, deal with the president and leaders of the association to make it better for us. So they are fully involved. People will always complain. I was surprised yesterday on ITV when I heard that somebody was telling me that they've not heard about NAFES. No, so even no matter what you do, there are people that will still complain. But we'll just do our best to carry as much people as much as we can carry along. And that is what we're doing.
Okay.
So the most important is that give them the, let them be aware, let them come out and be part of it, and they will be given a chance. You understand? But this event next week now is a national event, so it's not we Edo just hosting. So
all right, all right. Now let's leave that aside right now. Now talking about the PRO, so to speak, tourism, you are the one directly involved. Like I said, they don't normally hear about some of our tourist sites being brought out by your own ministry, so to speak, or your own commission. We don't hear the jingle on radio about tourism, because on so sites, maybe in Kokoedo, in Okpekpe, in Bazu, you just name it. You don't do that. Why don't you do it, at least to create that awareness that we have tourist sites and centers in Edo State?
Well, sir, when I came on board 2.5 years ago, we visited those tourist sites. We're here on ITV. In Edo South, for example, you have the museum, which was renovated by His Excellency, and that's up to world-class standard. You have the Oba Palace there. You have the Igun Street, which is being renovated now, beautiful and all that. Then you have the Osenege Ebon Cultural Center, you have the Sir Victor Waifo Art Gallery, which we visited. And you go to the, of your notice, you have the Oboavoram, a stopover place before he was taken to Calabar. And of course, the Captain Philip grave site as well. Those places are renovated. If you go there now, we have somebody working and clearing those places. And I said it on air, about 2 years ago, that this is what we're doing. And those are tourist sites that have been advertised. And down Sakwamba Road, the Blue Water, I'm sure you heard about the famous Blue Water, that we visited. I've taken a lot of very important personalities there as well. And because of that, we've attracted about 3 investors who is interested in coming to invest a multi-billion naira investment there. So you go down to Edo Central, we visited the Amao waterfalls, where the dirty water from Orioma and the clean water from Igwebe come together and they don't mix.
All right, now as you mentioned these centers, have you gotten the media involved?
Of course.
Media have great, reach.
Listen, the media is very expensive.
Because because right now, some people are like saying that they are not seeing this because maybe you're not getting the media that is darling to the people involved. For instance, ITV radio.
Listen, the cheapest and widely covered social media is social media, and we have a Facebook page. The ministry has a Facebook page, and once everybody's on Facebook, everybody's on having.
Not everybody, because right now ITV radio wants to be involved.
Majority of the people have this tab that you can connect on social media and all that, because it's easier, WhatsApp and all that. So we have a Facebook page, on social media. You can access social media, and everything is there.
But still, not everyone can really access social media. Now, you have programs also in our media platform. Yeah. Man Around Town is there. They've not heard about it in Man Around Town. I'm talking about TMI, talking about other jingles you can really make to make people really get to know the impact. We're talking about hitting $1 billion, and the media is sacrosanct.
We use the media. Yeah. All these visits, all these story sites that I've visited, there's nowhere to go with ITV. If you check your record, you will see them. So ITV, EBS, the local channels, and even international channels are all involved in it. So so all these things, if you check your record, you'll see them. So the reason I'm highlighting all this is to let you know that we visited them. Edo Central and even Edo, the Fuga Caves, the Ososo Hills and all that across the state. And we've highlighted all those ones, so it's all there for us to do. So we can do more anyway.
All right, we can do more anyway. Well, you've heard him. Tourism and the socio-economic development. Edo hitting the $1 billion mark. He admitted that we've not gotten there, but we will get there eventually. It is going to be a collaborative effort. And he just assured me that IT will be at the forefront carrying this. All this news about the tourist center and all that. I'm going to take you on your word, Commissioner. Do you didn't see that? I have to let them know right now. Thank you so much for coming on today's show. I appreciate your comment.
Thank you.